Good morning, TGIM. We're stepping into a new month again, August the 1st of 2022, and all things are new again. We don't have to wait for a new year to be reviewing, things that we are aspiring to achieve and so on. Maybe today's one of those days. I do want to welcome our dealer, distributor, contractor, brothers and sisters of Team Perka. I know this has been kind of exclusively aimed at and sent to our active mates at the shop, if you will. But a couple guys from the dealer network saw some of these and says, "Hey, why aren't we on your list of receiving this every week so I can remember to take a look at it?" So here we are. I'm going to start adding you all to our list of recipients of this as a weekly reminder of maybe what we can do to improve ourselves and improve our lives and our objectives as we go through this thing we call life, right? A lot of these Monday morning memos are just inspirational thoughts collected from memories with my dad leading the show, and of course, all kinds of mentors that are around us that come up with great ideas and tidbits that are worthy of sharing. Like today, a new month maybe is a time to reflect and change our goals, or adjust our goals. The BHAGs, big hairy audacious goals, can be added into, or seeing how the progress is going on them. Maybe change those batteries. Don't wait till they're dead and our smoke detectors and such. Maybe we can do that at this time. And then appreciate our mates, our brothers and sisters of other mothers and misters, and family and friends and neighbors, and know that it's through people that we accomplish the greatest things, especially as we work together in some sort of synergy. And maybe you can set some resolutions again, or reset those resolutions. Don't wait till the mass consciousness is all doing that in January, and then we all go to the gym to get fit for a couple weeks, and then nothing happens, right? Hey, let's use August the 1st to do that. Actually, I just burnt 2,000 calories just this morning. It's the last time I'm going to leave brownies in the oven while I'm napping. Just kidding. But anyway, as you review these things, and as I do from time to time, I like to try and do it pretty regularly, in fact. I also try and merge them with things that I'm reading. And this past week, I was reading some stuff on human behavioral studies of how people cope with change and cope with, things that may feel insecure. And, that's really a constant. If you've been following this, you know that there's always something to be insecure about. But there's three main phases that the human nature will put us through to cope with these things that happen. COVID's a good example. Of course, we've got all kinds of environmental issues going on right now that can get really close to us and cause us to feel this type of change happening, the economy, so on and so forth. So all of these things can apply to anything. And the first one that we normally do when we are confronted with a major kind of change is wanting to face that shock and finding some sort of safety and security within it. So usually it's when the brakes are put on and you kind of slow things down, you stop, you evaluate, you look around and you say, how do I deal with this? And some people get stuck there and then they end up frozen and doing nothing. Now, some people, of course, a good bunch of people will go to the next phase, which is trying to work out a way to cope, reflecting on how to get through this and get into some sort of a survival mode to at least not go backwards, to at least not perish in some way, shape, or form. And then again, a lot of people get stagnated there, as we saw with COVID, as we see with a lot of things that are happening. People tend to put on brakes, look to go into survival mode and just to get through this, and not knowing actually when they're actually through. But then there's also a third group of people, usually in a minority, that don't wait too long as they face the shock, they reflect upon it, they look for coping mechanisms, and then they move forward again and they adapt to thrive. They innovate things, they pivot what they're focusing on. And to use the economy right now as an example, we have gone through this shock phase already of the things slowing down, inflation going up, and then things have just been kind of really slow the last few weeks, months, maybe even. So we're kind of already in that. Now it's our choice. Do we stay in that, or do we look around and see if we can see things better, see things with different eyes, to innovate, to pivot, to thrive again? There are a lot of things that shift when these things happen, and it's in economic terms, it's a shift of the wealth. These guys are not doing so good, so they start losing money or not doing so good. But then over here, they are doing better. And it's a matter of us to find ways to shift with and follow the trail, so to speak. So the only constant we're really faced with is evolution. It's change. That's the constant. So we may as well get those muscles big and strong so that we can literally evaluate, adapt, and thrive. EAT, one of my favorite acronyms that we practice around. It's just to keep shifting, keep moving, keep growing. Sometimes it takes massive action to break through. So use it, do it. Massive action is maybe a good thing to respond to this so-called economic slowdown right now, which you may or may want to accept and stay stagnant in, or not. So massive, keep advertising, double the number of prospects that want to become friends, and you will see, you will thrive. That's what the last 40 years has shown us as Team Perka, with my dad running the shows and trying all the different ways to do this. So I see you, inspire, comfort, and uplift. Yes, we can always do that. And hashtag DSG. Let's do some goodery. Stay positive, stay optimistic, keep giving, keep, staying in the place where you're not a burden, you're not part of the problem, you are part of the solution, right? Every day we can choose to do this, to be DGH, to be the best that we can possibly be, to do the things that will fulfill the greatest version of our greatest visions, and give to others the inspiration that they need to keep on keeping on, and not cause the mass consciousness to fall into that pit, that hole, that gutter. And then we can all have the things that we're thriving for: peace, love, harmony, good health, good times. Yes, what do you say? Thanks for listening all the way to the end. I appreciate you. Cheers and ciao.